Member Joseph Lavelle, present. Member Vincent Camerata, present. Vice Chair Joseph James, present. Member Ann Raponi, present.
Here.
Thanks, Ann. Second item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of July 2nd, 2013. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Vincent Camerata.
Second it.
Second by Vice Chair Joseph James. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Voted in the affirmative unanimously.
I guess Johnny hasn't got him here, but that's no problem.
The second item on the agenda, third item, excuse me, is a vote for a donation of land from Joseph A. Festa, Lot 16, parcels map 19, block 327, parcel 12, the end of Elwood Street.
For them on that
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can speak on it, sure.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, Joseph Cottogio, 1 Sprague Street, Revere, representing the Festas and Festa Construction with regard to the donation of the land that is being donated in perpetuity and for the purpose of conservation and for the Commission to utilize and conserve it as it sees fit.
Any questions for Mr. Cottogio?
Yeah, no. Now, I'd just like to some sort of remark. This is not the first time that the Festa Realty has donated land to the Conservation Commission. Am I right? Very good. Good. I think they should receive some sort of a recognition to that fact. I really do.
Thank you. There's 2 pieces of land, one from Joseph A. Festa, one from Joseph A. Festa Jr. Lot 1932702 Whedon Street. I need separate votes on each of them. So the first piece of land, map 19, block 327, parcel 12, the end of Elwood Street. Do I have a motion to accept? All those in favor?
Aye.
The land, map 19, block 327, parcel 2, Whedon Street. Do I have a motion to accept that? Motion by Vice Chair Joseph James. Do I have a second?
Second by Ian.
Joe seconded.
Member Lavelle. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Voted in the affirmative. The fifth item on the agenda is a vote for Mr. Robert Mahoney request to be allowed to construct a turnaround on Conservation Commission land on Walnut Street Extension, North Revere. Mr. Mahoney.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Robert Mahoney. I reside at 2 Powell Street, Revere. I'm here on behalf of Richard Street Realty Trust and asking permission of the board to be allowed to use a certain portion of Walnut Street for a cul-de-sac turnaround, being requested by the fire department for fire apparatus turnaround. And the parcels that we are requesting to use are map 34, blocks 472, lots number 7, 8, and 9. Lot number 7 is around 8 square feet. We're requesting. Lot number 8 is around 2,080 square feet. And lot 9 is around 1,772 square feet, totaling around 3,900 square feet. That's it.
Any questions for Mr. Mahoney?
Mr. Mahoney, did you say that the fire department was going to get involved and put a fire hydrant in there someplace?
Yes, there will be a fire hydrant at the end of the road, requested by the fire department as well.
Very good, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Any from the audience? What is the will of the commission on this matter?
And I'll second it.
Allow the land to be used as described in the plan by Reed Land Surveyors dated July 25th, 2013, showing the cul-de-sac. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'll get a letter out to site plan review and the city solicitor and the city clerk, inform them of the commission's intentions.
Thank you, Chairman and members of
Thank you.
That will be a public way anyhow, I believe.
That's good.
Next item on the agenda, item 6, is a vote for a certificate of compliance for 24 Revere Street. We had a site visit there on the 3rd with Member Camerata, Member Laval, Vice Chair Joseph James, and myself in attendance. And I want to say he did a very nice job. If you want to see a home that was built very nicely in an area that's subject to coastal stone flowage, 24 Revere Street is very nice. Do I have a motion to issue?
I'll make a motion. Sorry. I'll keep that motion. They're gonna hear my voice. That's great. I never made them.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
on that site visit, it was very fruitful. Thanks to you causing us to go on these site visits before we were allowed to even discuss it. Thank you.
Well, we could discuss. We could bring them before us and discuss it, then have a site visit. But you're welcome. Is the signature event?
Oh, very good.
Next item on the agenda is a vote for a certificate of compliance for the Jack Satter House at 420 Revere Beach Boulevard. Again, we had a site visit on August 3rd. Member Laval, Member Camerata, Vice Chair Joseph James, Member Raponi, myself were in attendance. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Voted in the affirmative.
Andy, I'd like to recognize Steve Post, who's in the audience.
Moving on, we have a public hearing for a notice of intent, 50 Broad Sound Ave, construction of a two-family townhouse-style home, Antonio Dello Iacono. Attorney Catoggio is here representing Mr. Dello Iacono. Motion to open the public hearing?
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Voted in the affirmative. The floor is yours, Mr. Catoggio. Turn the
Thank you,
mic
Mr.
on.
Chairman,
Okay.
members of the Commission, Joseph Catoggio, 1 Sprague Street, Revere, representing Antonio Dello Iacono in his application before the Commission for a notice of intent. His proposed residential dwelling to be installed on Lot 5 at the rear of 50 Broad Sound Avenue. The lot consists of 16,211 square feet and is adjacent to the seawall. I know that the members here have conducted a site visit. The project has been favorably reviewed by site plan review and by the Revere Zoning Board of Appeals. The application is for a residential dwelling. The land area is flat and even and sits above the floodplain. It is adjacent to the to the seawall, which has an elevation of 14. That elevation is 2 feet above the spray. The proposal my client, I should say, would gladly accept the standard conditions or the conditions to be issued by the conservation. He is present along with his family, has a long-standing history in the city, and we're here to answer any questions or accept the conditions that you wish to set forth. Thank you.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Catoggio? I do, Joe. I noticed on the plan you handed out with elevations on it, there's a proposed house at the front lot.
Yes, I'm not aware of what, that's how the plan was derived from the Board of Appeals. I don't know, I don't know if there's anything that's before this commission on that yet.
No, there's
I do know
nothing
it's in the
yet on it.
floodplain, and they will, whoever is, proposing that would have to come before this commission, but as far as this application goes, it's solely for the rear lot.
Okay. Nothing from the commission, Mr.
No,
Camerata?
Mr. Chairman, just another thought. Again, the site visits are tremendous. I have to keep saying it. That was a good site visit we had. Everything looks pretty nice up there. Beautiful view, too, of the harbor.
Yeah, it's a very nice lot. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on this application before the commission? Sure, come up to the podium, make sure the speaker's on, introduce yourself, and Press the talk button, please.
There you go, Counsel, thank you. My name is Andrew Burke, and I own 2 parcels of property on Pierview Ave, 15 and 16. So, my question, I'm not so sure I know where Lot 5 is. If you go up on down Ave,
Where do you own your property? I didn't quite get that.
Pierview.
Fairview, okay. Are you familiar with the house existing at 50 Broad Sound?
All my life.
Okay. They subdivided the large lot into 3 lots. It's now Lot 3, Lot 4, which has the existing house on it, and towards the ocean is Lot 5, and that's where they're planning on building the house that they're here before us on,
That's in my swimming pool.
next to your swimming pool.
In my swimming pool.
How
As a
is
youth.
it in your swimming pool?
As a youth, I swam there. There was a tidewater pool there.
Oh,
The property was owned by Minna Hope originally. There was a huge house on it. That burnt down, and it was then bought by Karam, and then after Karam left, there was another owner, etc. But we're talking, I'm not sure, I just got this
This-
letter. And
This
so
is a plan that shows it, and you can have a copy of it,
You
because
can-
it's an extra one, if you want to grab that.
I'm presuming that Lot 5 is, well, I'm going to have is to the left.
Undine's to the left, yes, if you look at the plan, sir.
Answer my question. Thank you.
If you're standing on the lot with your back to the ocean, Undine's on your left.
On the right.
So you're standing at the seawall,
Okay.
looking out at the back of 50 Broad Sound, Foam's on your right, Undine's on your left.
Okay. I think I got it.
Yeah, there's another house under construction at 15 Undine. They'll be
Yeah,
coming
that's
before
Walter's.
us next month.
What's the problem there?
That the reason that both of these are before us is they're not in the coastal floodplain, but under the Wetlands Protection Act, any house which is within 100 feet of the coastal bank, which in this case, because it's not actually a cliff, it's a wall, is the landward edge of the wall, puts them in jurisdiction of the Wetlands Protection Act. Under the City of Revere bylaw, any structure within 100 feet of the coastal floodplain, needs to file. So that's why they're here, under those 2 regulations. And the same thing with Undine Ave. If you scale it off the online mapping, the house on Undine Ave, property line is 66 feet away from the seawall, so it has to file.
There's a lot in front of that house.
There's also a lot in front of 50 Broad Sound that's actually in the coastal floodplain. They'll be coming before us. Building a house now is going to have one set of regulation. It's my understanding in the very near future, and I mean this year, that the floodplain maps are going to change once again. And with the new floodplain maps, these houses may be in the floodplain. The concern now, and I'm sure you've all heard about global warming, climate change, storm surge, it's really to deal with that. If you look at maps from the Army Corps of Engineers showing the areas of hurricane surge for categories 1 through 5 hurricanes, you'll see there's a huge area that's affected by even category 1 hurricanes, never mind category 5, beyond what's in the floodplain now under the 100-year floodplain.
I'm not sure I understand all of it, but...
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Yeah.
you probably, unless you do this
Ah.
and
Because
are
I was-
involved with it,
I was
you know.
under the impression that it's not, at this particular time, like, for example, in some areas, you have to have flood insurance, and here you don't.
Yeah, that may change again. What happened is when they rebuilt the seawall 20 years ago, when the Corps did that project, they took some of the properties along Broad Sound Ave out of the floodplain. They may end up back in the floodplain. I haven't seen the new maps, but that's my supposition, is that they will be back in the floodplain.
So anything they do will be grandfathered in, is that correct?
Well, I found out because I got mapped into the floodplain at my house last year. And when that happened, and I had to buy flood insurance because I got a mortgage on the house, I was told, first year it's $400 for flood insurance, second year it's $400 for flood insurance. Third year, where I'm no longer grandfathered, it's $4,000. Which to me is absolutely ridiculous. How can you go from 400 to $4,000? I don't mind the 400, although it really doesn't provide you a lot. You know, if my house got washed off the foundation, it would help me, but unless that happened, and I'm only about this far into the floodplain, about 8 inches.
I'm
So
starting.
this is going to get more and more complex, and once word gets out on this, I'm sure people are going to be up in arms.
And again, I'm sorry to be taking up all your time.
That's all right.
I apologize for that. Without a mortgage, I'm also told it's not required either.
It's not, well, yeah, that's right. It's not required, but you could run into problems. If there was storm damage to your house, you could run into problems rebuilding it.
I'm running into a little bit of a problem. The insurance company says it is, but, okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Anybody else?
No, may I ask him a question?
Mr. Burke?
Sir.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
did you get a report from the building department on that excavation that's going on?
On the building department?
Yeah.
No, I haven't got
Not
anything
yet?
from the building department.
We expect something from them.
No, I don't.
Huh?
No.
Hey, young man,
I'm talking about that construction that was
one
going on
question,
next
and
to
it's personal.
Taliaco's.
Did you say
yeah, I
something about you
contacted
own
them,
some swimming pools
and they're
down
gonna be
there?
before us.
Oh, no, I remember the 2 swimming pools that were down there that you used to pay to get into.
Yeah, that was Nereus Ave on the corner of Park Lane, and Kenny Wallen bought that property.
Yeah, okay. All right.
He actually took part of the back in service for a while.
Oh, Kenny did, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know as a kid I used to go down there and pay to go in there and swim all day.
I never swam there because you're older than I am.
That's easy.
I grew up in Beach Bottom, I don't remember any of that. Yes.
Shirley Temple. Who's Shirley Temple? Okay.
Oh,
no.
okay, all right.
Okay, nice meeting you.
I thought that's why mine wasn't gray. Okay, no further questions. I did prepare an order of conditions, and as I explained to the applicant, really the only thing we're looking for is no new impervious pavement, paving blocks, crushed stone, things of that nature are okay. And like to see the downspouts tied into dry wells.
I spoke to them about the paving. They will be using the pervious.
The paving blocks.
Yes, the paving
with
blocks.
sand joints.
Yes. Yep.
The hay bales.
Yeah, whatever the other
and
conditions
erosion
are,
control
we're
is
fine
the
with
other
as
thing.
well.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes,
yes.
standard condition. So I prepared an order. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing and issue? Do we have a second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is granted. Signatures? You're welcome. And that concludes the August 7th meeting of the Revere Conservation Commission. Motion to adjourn.
Already? My God.
Do you have a motion to adjourn? Motion. By Joseph Laval. Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Voted. Adjourned at 4:40.